Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and today I have something very different and very unique because I'm going to be showing off all of the modded blocks you can currently get in Minecraft for consoles. So basically someone called It's Major Jesus made a map which actually combines all of the modded blocks you can currently get in Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation and put them all in one place. So if you can download maps, there will be a link in the description, but I obviously can't as well, and most people can't either. So my friend XGO Nightwing has hosted the map for me, and I can show you all of the modded blocks that are currently possible, just in case you're curious as to what the scale of mods that exist on the Xbox and PlayStation right now actually are. So yeah, this is all the modded blocks, all the modded enchantments, and all the modded mobs you can actually get right now, and hopefully you do enjoy it. If you do, please do like the video and let me know. It would be very much appreciated. But with that said, let's get straight into the video, shall we? So basically, modded blocks in Minecraft on the console right now, they do range a little bit from stuff like stained glass, for instance. So this is a block which will be in the game properly later, but right now we shouldn't be able to properly access because it doesn't have a crafting recipe, it doesn't have a proper texture or any tooltips or anything. But if you look around, you can see that the actual block itself is just fine. So this is a cool example of a modded block because it's kind of like a look into the next update. So you can see XGO Nightwing, for instance, through the orange stained glass, and it does work just how it should. So yeah, this is a look into the next update for Minecraft. It's cool to see, and yeah, as you can see, it's kind of nice. The different colours, all very vibrant, all very cool. This isn't where this is just where things start, however, because mods get a lot more complex than that, because there's also stained glass paints. So these are all, like, if you look, this is not light blue, this is not white, this is not grey. Oh, that actually is grey, but the majority of these are named wrong, and they look like carpet in your hand, but when you place them down, they are still stained glass, and as you can see, it's incredibly cool just to see stained glass panels. So these are another block coming in the next update, but these are even more modded because these don't even have a texture, they have to be assigned the carpet texture. So yeah, a very, very broken block, but still very cool to look at. And yeah, let's put these back in the chest so I can show you the next thing I want to talk about, which is actually, let's just put those all back in there, which is actually going to be the modded enchantments. So as well as just getting blocks from the future, you know, which we are going to be seeing later, which are kind of sitting in the game, we also have stuff like being able to mod enchantments. So I'll just take out the bow, some arrows, put the arrows there, and maybe the fishing rod too, and this will just show you just how insane this is. So if I find a mob, which there'll be one out over here somewhere, in fact, wait, yeah, a pig over here. If you look, if I attack this pig with these enchantments, so it has every single enchantment in the game maxed out. It says 1, but they're actually all maxed out way beyond 1. So if I hit the pig, I do overkill damage, I make him disintegrate. He doesn't even just die, he disintegrates, and he drops, how much is this? Like 3 and a bit stacks of pork. So now I have all the pork to feed me for the next, you know, like 100 hours because of 1 kill. It's the same with an arrow, it just disintegrates and makes him drop loads of raw pork chops here. It's absolutely insane, and you can do this with pretty much any, you know, these modded things here. So, it only works when you actually hit people with a fishing rod. You actually can't use the fishing rod, but it's still insanely cool just to see how, you know, the fact that there's modded enchantments that can kill stuff that fast. Next up, we have, well, this is the first thing here, but we actually have the ability to mod the beacons, which you get in the end. So, this is one with an iron block underneath it, a gold block, and a diamond block. These do set you on fire if you go inside them. And if you attack them, like in the end, they will blow up like that. So yeah, make sure you don't do that if you want to stay alive. But moving on to the next set of stuff, actually I'll go over here first because this is the kind of the second category. This is blocks you can technically get in the game to some extent using Silk Touch or stuff like that, or using weird block tools and stuff. And these are all very strange. So for instance, they start off simple. It's the stone slabs put together. That you can just make these simply yourself. There's the stone slabs together without the join in between, and this is a really cool block. There's the red mushroom block. Again, you can get this with Silk Touch in survival. But then you get stuff like command blocks, for instance. So there's command blocks here. These are coming in a later update. I have tested these over and over again. They don't do anything right now. But it is cool to see something which we're probably not getting on the console for a while, just to be able to see it in the game in textures. So that's another thing mods can do right now. You've also got like the top of the piston block. So if you place this on top of something, it seems like it's actually impossible to place right now, but there's the top of the piston block, which you can have on you. It looks strange, but you can have it if you really want. By the way, I forgot to mention, by the way, these are actually stacked diamond swords and stacked bows, even though you're not meant to be able to stack these items. There's 32 stack of enchanted swords here. No big deal. But yeah, on top of that, there's also stuff like farmland. There's stuff like half of beds. So, for instance, if you want to only have half a bed down, which I can't work out your logic, you can actually do that. So yeah, you can have a long line of half beds here. They do eventually break. But I thought that was cool. You can also have farmlands, so this is just so you don't have to worry about, you know, hoeing the land. You can just place it down in farmland form. So yeah, that's really cool in my opinion. Look at that. That was pretty strange and glitchy. But yeah, that's another thing mods can do. They can give you access to blocks which are kind of in the game, but not really. And that's quite cool too. We also have access to the blocks that really we shouldn't have access to, but are used in the game itself. So for instance, there's a pig spawner here, so I can make a big stack of these. And this means that while I stand there, there's pigs spawn. Obviously, there's no actual pig spawn in the game. It's just a cool opportunity to do this, but just disintegrating pigs is cool too. So there's also the fire block itself. This is kind of just the flint and steel or fire charges. The cool thing about this though is being able to just hold fire. Look at me right now. I'm an ocelot holding fire in his left hand. I mean, it's kind of a good way to scare people. It does just work the same, like you set stuff on fire, and it stays on fire permanently as far as I can tell right now. You've also got the still lava block, so you can place it and it's still. Same with the water block. They're just still blocks in case you don't want to go through the effort of like melting ice for this or just having lava. It's a cool way to do that. So you can also have nether portals. They do eventually break if you place them near each other, like that, as you can see. And you've also got the end portal, which looks a lot like the nether portal, in fact almost exactly the same, but yeah, you can have an end portal surrounded by nether portals even. And yeah, most of the time unfortunately nether portals do disappear, but you can actually use them to get to the nether if you want to, so that's something I thought was really cool. Moving on from just the end portal blocks and the nether portal blocks, we actually have another couple chests of stuff. So over here, if we just put all our stuff back, because we've got to keep stuff organized, even if it's, half beds and stuff. Over here, we have enchanted diamond horse armor. So, just horse armor in general. You're not meant to be able to enchant horse armor, but as you can see, this is enchanted with everything. So you can put it on your horse, but it's mainly also used for just being able to kill pigs like that. So that's kind of cool. And taking the enchantment thing to the next level here, they also have random. Actually, let's take one of these with us for later. Also, these are stacked into 64, but we also have just random modded blocks. So these are just random blocks, so like a bone, like farmed crops, by the way, which, by the way, this is an exclusive block, but loads of like weird blocks like this, you can just have them with all the enchantments on. So you can run around with what looks like it's just a green, tiny little bead in your hand, and you can hit stuff with it and insta-kill, just dead like that. And also, because they're pigs, you get all their pork chops too, which is nice. So, yeah, now we have even more pork chops that we can ever do with. Let's move into the modded mobs. So there is a couple of modded mobs that exist right now in Minecraft console. So, in addition to being able to get, like, all the cool blocks over there, like you've seen, being able to place still lava, still water, blocks from the future, blocks that are in the game right now that you shouldn't have access to, blocks that are sort of in the game right now that you really shouldn't have access to. There's also stuff like modded mobs over here. So, first of all, we have over here a sitting down ocelot. So, apparently he's sat up since the last time I've seen him. But yeah, it's so regular ocelots aren't meant to just sit down like that, but this one will sit down most of the time and he's running around on the spot. He's a very, very glitched ocelot, as you can see. This one over here is just a regular ocelot for comparison, I think. Over here, we have an invisible mob of some form, apparently. There's loads of zombies around this place for some reason. Let's quickly knock those out. Well, as you can see, these items do... Whoa, look at all that. Look at all that stuff down there. But this stuff still does work on those. We have a horse here with some, with some big diamond armor on it, which is cool, as well as a couple other horses. But the cool thing in here, as well as just, being able to see a mushroom and a regular mob there, is actually the skeleton horse and the zombie horse. So these are two mobs which were in the code at some point, and then were later removed. A creeper just blew up next to me. These mobs were in the game at some point, but were later removed, but they can actually be accessed right now, and they don't accept armor or anything right now. They just have the saddle on and off, and it's just really cool to see these things, because they have less health than most mobs, and they were meant to be put in the game at some point, and there's something just really cool about seeing these guys, because, look at it, I'm riding a skeletal horse with my enchanted fishing rod right now. It's really cool to see, so that, ow. I guess the skeleton didn't take me too kindly to me riding his horse, brother. But yeah, if I head back in there for a second, you'll actually be able to see, I'll take out that skeleton. Oh, I took out the zombie horse by accident. Sorry, the skeleton horse. But as you can see, if I head back in here now, I'm going to hop onto the zombie horse. And as you can see, it's just really cool to see this stuff. I can run around, I can take stuff out. I could take out Exco Nightwing in one hit, for instance. Or not one hit with the bone, but with the fishing rod, one hit that fast. It's insane. So, yeah, thank you very much to Exco Nightwing for hosting the map. Thank you very much for... It's Jesus for, it's Modded Jesus. Wait, what's his name again? Let me just quickly make sure I get this right. Don't want to be impolite. Thank you to It's Major Jesus for making the map and putting it out for download. As you can see, mods right now on console, there is a lot of cool stuff here. You can one-hit stuff with fishing rods. You can access blocks from the future. You can access blocks from the current game. And although they're cool at first glance, they don't have much staying power though. So at some point in the future, we can expect full-on mods from 4J. If you have any questions about that, please do leave them in the comments down down below, and I might make a follow-up video like questioning how mods will actually come, because right now you have to download maps, you have to go through a lot of steps that most people aren't going to do. And although I think it's cool that you can do all this stuff, it's definitely just the start of a bigger future with as far as mods are going. So I think it's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So please do like the video if you like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I do all sorts of cool stuff, not usually modded, but stuff like Let's Plays, news, and seeds for Minecraft Console. And I think if you play Minecraft Console, you'll enjoy seeing these videos every day on your homepage. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.